Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to Today, brought to you by Boss Shot Shells. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver, and this is the Big Honker podcast version of Today. And it's your day. It's Hump Day.
October 29th. This guy was an English statesman, soldier, writer, and explorer. He was one of the most notable figures of the Elizabethan era. He played a leading role in English colonization of North America, suppressed rebellion in Ireland, helped defend England against the Spanish Armada, and held political positions under Elizabeth I.
William Penn.
Nope.
Prince Albert.
Nope.
The Black Knight.
Don't know who that is.
The guy that's off of the jousting deal where they knock each other off horses. I have no idea.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Dang it. I could not think of his name. That was going to be my guess. And son of a bitch, I just could not think of his name.
Sir Walter Raleigh. He rose.
I kept seeing the can of tobacco that he was on.
Rapidly in favor of Queen Elizabeth I and was knighted in 1585. He was granted royal patent to explore Virginia, paving the way for future English settlements. In 1591, he secretly married Elizabeth Throckmorton, one of the Queen's ladies in waiting, without the Queen's permission, for which he and his wife were sent to the Tower of London. So this man was beheaded. Like I said, he's the Queen's boy. Well, she dies. And then her predecessor didn't really, couldn't do as much. Didn't like him as much. He goes on a voyage, and they go on a voyage to Venezuela. This was the second time that he went there. There was supposed to be a peace treaty between them and Spain. Well, they kind of broke the peace treaty, and they killed a couple people there. So when he gets back to England, the Spanish, I don't know the word of it. What is it if you've got somebody in your country that's not a member of your country?
An immigrant?
No, like a somebody's here representing the country.
An ambassador?
Kind of like an ambassador. Yeah. Spanish,
a liaison or an ambassador?
Yeah. So after when Raleigh gets back, the Spanish ambassador demands that he is put to death. So today, on October 29th, 1618, Raleigh is beheaded in the Old Palace Yard at the Palace of Westminster. Let us dispatch, he said to his executioner, at this hour, my death comes upon me. I would not have my enemies think. I quaked for fear. After he was allowed to see the axe that would be used to behead him, he mused, "This is a sharp medicine, but it is a physician for all diseases and miseries." According to biographers, Raleigh's last words spoken to the hesitating executioner were, "What dost thou fear? Strike, man, strike." Tell you what, the way they spoke
tough
back
words,
then,
boy.
Tongue twister. Having been one of the people to popularize tobacco smoking in England, he left a small tobacco pouch found in his cell shortly after his execution. Engraved upon the pouch was a Latin inscription. I'm not even going to try to read it in Latin. "It was my companion at the most miserable time." Walter's head was embalmed and presented to his wife. His body was buried in the local church in Beddington, Surrey, the home of Lady Raleigh, but was finally laid to rest in St. Margaret's, Westminster, where his tomb is located. So, he was killed today. Okay, my person that was born today, most famous painter ever.
Picasso.
No.
Van Gogh.
No. In our generation.
In our generation.
I think more people know this guy than they know those guys.
Michelangelo.
No.
I know. I'm just thinking, Andy.
Famous painter.
In our generation?
Born in 1942, died in 1995.
I don't know shit about art. Rembrandt.
Nope. An American.
Andy Warhol.
Nope. Had a
Redlin.
television show on
Bob
CBS.
Ross.
Bob Ross.
Okay, I'll give you that. I like old Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Ross was born in Daytona Beach, Florida, to Jack and Ollie Ross, a carpenter and a waitress, respectively. And he was raised in Orlando, Florida.
If I would have guessed Bob Ross, you would have been like, seriously? That's what you'd have given me.
Bob Ross. So during his 20-year Air Force career, Ross developed an interest in painting after attending an art class at the Anchorage USO Club. He found himself frequently at odds with many of his painting instructors who were more interested in abstract painting. Ross said they'd tell us to make a tree, but they wouldn't tell us how to make a tree. So that kind of was the catalyst for him starting his TV show. Ross painted an estimated 30,000 paintings during his lifetime. Despite the unusually high demand of original paintings, Bob Ross original paintings are scarce on the art market, with sales prices of the paintings averaging in thousands of dollars and frequently topping $10K. He passed away from cancer. Some people say that it was from the paints that he was using. Some people say it was his smoking. May never know. So be careful. He did die without much money. They kind of screwed him over that way. Okay, my event for today, October 29th, 1929. What happened?
The event in
1929.
Stock market.
Stock market crashes. Black Tuesday hits Wall Street on October 29th, 1929, as investors trade 16 million shares on the New York Stock Exchange in a single day. Billions of dollars were lost, wiping out thousands of investors. A stock ticker ran hours behind because the machinery could not handle the tremendous volume of trading. In the aftermath of Black Tuesday, America and the rest of the industrialized world spiraled downward into the Great Depression. So be very, very careful. Stock prices began to decline in October and early October, and they began to decline in September and early October in 1929. And on October 18th, the fall began. Panic set in on October 24th, Black Tuesday. How'd that happen?
Tell me.
Black Tuesday, a record 12,000 shares were traded. Investment companies, that must just be a typo. It must just be a typo. On Monday, however, storm broke anew and the market went into a free fall. Black Monday was followed by Black Tuesday, in which stock prices collapsed completely. After October 29th, 1929, stock prices had nowhere to go but up, so there was a considerable recovery during succeeding weeks. Overall, however, prices continued to drop as the United States slumped into the Great Depression, and by 1932, stocks were worth about 20% of their value that they were in the summer of 1929. The stock market crash of 1929 was not the sole cause of the Great Depression, but it did accelerate the global collapse. By 1933, nearly half American banks had failed, and unemployment was approaching 15 million people, or 30% of the workforce. And then World War II comes, and we're out of the Depression. So be careful. It could happen again.
Can you imagine?
A lot of people are saying we're headed for another one.
Well, they've been saying that forever. And we probably will again, and we'll have another one and another one. But
They're saying if you look at the price of what gold's doing, that's a big indicator that the Depression may be next year.
It may be next year?
Yep. That's what all the smart people are saying.
I'm not a smart person. Do you
look at metals?
Do you think it's crazy? Well, I've invested. Gold's down today. It's $4,000 an ounce, though, still. I'm trying to see what silver is right now, too. So I was just fixing to look at that. Do you think that, or not think, don't you find it interesting that they would have that kind of stock market back then?
Right.
When you didn't hardly really have phones and stuff, hardly.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how that all worked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very, very crazy that they were able to get that off the ground without modern technology.
Silver's $46 an ounce.
It's coming.
All right.
Hedge your bets, boys.
Thank y'all for listening to us. God bless you. Peace. Goodbye. I'm going to try to get that off.